Good morning. It has been a hot minute since we have done either some self-healing or a solo date. So we've moved to Dublin, so we're mostly moved in. I get my boxes next week. How about we go on a solo date today? So if you're new here, hi, hello, my name's Deanna Hollowell, and every Friday before I moved to a new country, I was taking myself out on solo dates as a way to connect deeper with myself and my practice. And, I was going back and forth about whether we should do the healing one, but I think we need to do something fun, especially since I'm going to the pub tonight to meet a bunch of other Americans with my roommate. So let's go on a date. If you recall, if you've seen these previously, there is a key and a structure. I will just post, pause, read here. I also don't know where my tripod went, so we're just going to do this angle and shuffle and figure out. Ooh. I really wanted to do this anyway because I live next to a park now, but now we got read in the park. Grab a book you've been wanting to read and throw a blanket and a refreshing drink into your bag for a chill day at the park. Just you, your book, and some fresh air. It's the ideal setup to really get into your book and take a break from everything else for a while. Okay, this is literally the perfect thing to do this morning. Let me go make some breakfast and get dressed, and then we will pack our bag for the park. All right, we are all set for the park. I got my blanket, I got my book. I'm gonna try this new place that my roommate suggested, which is not too far from our apartment, instead of going to St. Stephen's Green, which is where I would typically go. So let's head out and go read in the park. I almost forgot though, one of the most important things is anytime you're gonna go outside, especially in the sun, we gotta put our sunscreen on. This park is so beautiful. Path is blocked, but that's cool. Honestly, I feel like this is a great spot right here. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do probably about 30 minutes of reading. I am reading Breaking the Habit of Being You by Joe Dispenza. So kind of a self-help / spirituality book. And yeah, we're just gonna enjoy the vibes. I actually made a fair bit of progress in my book, but my legs were falling asleep, and I just think it's time to do a little walk around. The vibes in this place, I think my roommate got correct. It's very Secret Garden-esque, but I found it very peaceful and definitely like a great place to come and just ground, do some spiritual work, kind of like Stephen's Green. So yeah, we're gonna do a little bit more exploring. Maybe I'll find another reading spot, or we might go back. Just depends on the vibes. Okay, that was not there before. It's a pretty waterfall. It's a maze. What a way to end our walk in the park in a rose garden. Okay, we're definitely gonna go back and journal about our fun solo date. Hi, sorry about that. I got a little sidetracked because it's the next day, but now we are going to finish our journaling for our solo date that we had yesterday. Okay, so we're gonna do a really quick magical recap. So I went to a new park, which I don't entirely know how to pronounce it, but I'm gonna call it the Iveagh Gardens, and it was really giving Secret Garden vibes. It's actually closer to my house than St. Stephen's Green, and it was very just relaxed and also very quiet, which I think was very conducive for reading. Now, I know the point of the solo activity was to like make progress and like read and like take up space in the park, which I accomplished all of those things. But magically, there was a lot of history in this park, and I also really connected with the nature of it. So the trees, the grass, things like that. I'm finding that the longer I'm in Dublin, the more I am connecting, not necessarily with magical creatures or finding like magical creature like places, so to say, kind of like with my first solo date when I realized that one of the first place I went to was basically like an in-between place for fairies. I'm more so connecting like on a soul level deeper with like trees. And so
I think that's made it easier for me to like find grounding and peace in the parks. And I think that's what really helped me progress and stay awake while reading, because I tend to have this really bad habit of falling asleep while I read. I know. And I'm going into a PhD program where I'm basically going to be doing like so much reading. So I'm going to have to figure something out so I don't like train my brain or untrain my brain essentially to when I read, I sleep. But yeah, so that's what I've got for this solo date. Thank you so much for coming along, and I will see you next Friday for when we try something else. Bye.